Arya was a young man from the village of Elm Hollow, an ordinary hunter with a great sense of curiosity. His life changed one night when the village was attacked by small green-skinned creatures, the goblins. They burned the fields, stole livestock, and injured the villagers. With eyes blazing with anger, Arya swore to take revenge. He left his village carrying his father's heirloom sword and an untested courage. On his journey, Arya met an old wizard named Elandor, who gave him a map leading to the cave of Carcaz, the goblin stronghold. "If you want to save your village, you must defeat the Goblin King," said Elandor. Arya set off traversing wild forests and misty valleys. At every step he faced danger, forest wolves, hidden traps, and magical illusions. Yet his spirit never faltered. He knew this was no longer just about revenge. It was a mission to save the entire land from a greater threat. After weeks of travel, Arya arrived at the edge of the Black Valley, where the cave of Carcaz was located. The air smelled of sulfur, and the ground was littered with bones. He slipped inside, avoiding goblin patrols with cunning and patience. Inside the cave, Arya found prisoners from other villages. He freed them in secret, forming a small alliance. The prisoners, led by a soldier named Kale, swore to help Arya overthrow the goblin rule. The first battle erupted in a narrow corridor of the cave. Arrows whizzed, swords clashed, and war cries echoed. Arya fought like a lion, even as his body was covered in wounds. Still, he stood tall. He began to be known as the Shadow of Elm Hollow. With a burning spirit, Arya and his forces advanced toward the throne room, where the Goblin King awaited. But there they faced more than just goblins, older than time itself had begun to awaken.
The Goblin King, a tall creature with curved horns and glowing red eyes, stood atop a stone altar. In his hand he held an ancient magical staff radiating dark power. He laughed as Arya approached. "You think you can stop me, human?" Arya didn't answer, only gripped his sword tighter. A fierce battle began. The king wielded shadow magic, summoning monsters from the darkness. Arya's forces fought desperately. Kale was severely wounded, but kept fighting. Amid the chaos, Arya struck the magic staff with a lightning-fast blow, shattering it. The dark magic vanished, and the Goblin King grew weak. With one determined slash, Arya ended the tyrant's reign. Victory did not come without sacrifice. Many had fallen, and Arya himself barely survived. But the goblin horde was driven back, and the land was freed from the shadows. Arya returned home a hero, though his heart remained humble. He knew that in every darkness there is always a light born from courage.